Happy March 15th. Apparently, this used to be the due date for federal taxes up until about 1955, I think. And then since then, it's either been April 15th or plus or minus a couple of days, except for last year when it was extended to May 15th. Um, Anyway, what's new here? Warmer weather. This is the time of year I get tricked into thinking like spring is actually here. And then a month later, Minnesota dumps a pile of snow on me and makes me sad. But I'll take the 50s we're supposed to have this week and the sun and enjoy it while it's here. Um, Writing wise, a couple things going on. I'm waiting on feedback. Hopefully, we'll be receiving feedback this week or next on SKAborough Fair. That's the um, banned memoir book that I wrote. Um, and I'm really excited to see what readers have to say and to dig back into the manuscript and kind of play in that world again. It's one that's kind of stuck with me, and I keep thinking about it. But I'm waiting until I receive the feedback before I go back and make revisions, so I can kind of do it all at once. Meanwhile, I've been revisiting some screenplays I wrote um, 10 years ago, maybe, and I never really did anything with them. So now I'm reverse adapting one into a novel. It was a romantic comedy that takes place in Ann Arbor, and Conrad, the producer from SKAborough Fair, carries over into this one, except SKAborough Fair is set in the early to mid 90s. This one takes place in 2010 to 2012. So it's kind of fun to revisit that story and then expand and kind of play and do stuff in a more modern setting. Um, what else? The fourth Thompson Twins book is in Heidi's hands. She's improving it, editing it, and we'll likely see the book done by May, I think. I don't know. Otherwise, reading lots as always. I've been kind of on a Dickens kick. My mentor in graduate school loved Dickens, and the very last class I took in school, actually after I had graduated and everything, I went back and took a class while I was teaching. It was on Dickens and Dostoevsky, and we read like four or five Dickens books, but we never got around to Our Mutual Friend or Bleak House. And so that's what I've been doing. I finished Our Mutual Friend a couple days ago, and I'm starting Bleak House now. I thoroughly enjoyed Dickens' narrative voice. I think that's what helps his books continue to feel modern. And I'm also just fascinated by his serial publication, and he would release these things on a monthly or bi-monthly basis, and the community would buy them. And even though like one family might not be able to afford all of them, different people in the community would buy, take turns essentially, and then they would share those manuscripts and read them and reread them over and over again until the next installment came out. And then if you did collect all the serial ones, you could then also pay to have them all bound together. I just, I don't know. I think it's super interesting. I wrote a essay a while ago about the connections between Dickens and comic books, and it was a pedagogical essay, so it was really about how to teach these things. And um, I'll link to it in case you're curious. But anyway, I hope all is well. Thanks for reading, listening, watching, whatever. Have a good one. Stay safe out there.